lonely rural highway in northern New Hampshire, a couple reportedly has a close encounter with something not of this earth. Betty and Barney Hill believe they are being followed along Route 3 by what initially looks like a moving star. They stop the car and realize that the light is actually a disc-shaped craft. At 10:15 p.m., everything suddenly goes black. The Hills believe that at that moment, they were abducted.
Betty and Barney Hill case stirred up a whole new range of interest in alien abductions.
I'd seen several UFOs I'd been experimented on.
Why would a guy in a small town start talking about his abduction experience unless he really, really believed it happened to him?
People were taken aboard spacecraft by extraterrestrials.
The stain is something to do with the abduction event.
They were biologically related.
Armed with brand new leads and physical evidence never before seen, the team examines the phenomenon of alien abduction.
This is the key case with the best evidence in all the abduction scenarios around.
And gets a first-hand exclusive look at a surgery to remove a supposed alien implant.
I don't have any reason why that could be there.
Which is then subjected to exhaustive laboratory analysis.
We actually detected a radio frequency.
The object is moving on its own.
It's just freaky.
Alien abductions, psychological phenomenon.
You would like to think he's
Hampshire.
I kept driving and driving and driving.
As they recount, around midnight, an abnormally bright star catches their eye. The Hills are puzzled at first.
Saw it as it swung around to the rear of my car.
And then became terrified.
It is there, it's right above us, Betty. Look.
They realize the light in the sky seems to be following them.
I was hurrying to get away.
What they first believed to be nothing more than a bright star becomes to Barney's eyes a hovering craft 80 feet wide with a double row of windows.
And I made a turn.
The disc reportedly follows them, flying directly over the car.
And I don't know why I had to make that turn. And I was lost.
And suddenly, all the Hills remember next is continuing their drive south on Route 3. To their astonishment, they've somehow lost hours of time.
Even though they consciously remembered aspects of the entire incident, they didn't remember what happened in the missing time they experienced between the time they saw the spaceship and the time they were in their car driving back to their house.
As will later be recounted in the best-selling book Interrupted Journey, which introduced the Hills case to the world. Under hypnosis, they both reportedly remembered struggling against small figures or humanoids. They assert that the aliens appeared to regard the Hills as laboratory specimens. One of the most important aspects of the Hills case is their claim that their abduction
been abducted, what? That this whole thing may be an amazing put-on.
or reality.
Skeptics, you just don't know what you're talking about.
The team from UFO Magazine opens case number 61203, Abductions.
Why is it that people think of that image whenever they hear the word aliens? You know, the big eyes and the big head. I mean, how do we even know what aliens really look like?
That was an idealization of the image that Betty and Barney Hill first talked about when they drew that image after their abduction in 1961 in New Hampshire. And that began the whole ball of wax in the United States of America. When you look at the 1950s, that golden age of UFO contact, they all call themselves contactees. But in the Betty and Barney Hill case, contactees become abductees.
September 19th, 1961. Betty and Barney Hill are returning from a vacation in Canada, driving south on Route 3 near Franconia Notch, New